Hello, it's good to see you. How did you sleep on your first night at the facility? Did you have any nightmares? Just wondering. Nice outfit. The clothes we gave you aren't fashionable, but they're pretty comfortable, don't you think? Hey, at least you get to wear real shoes here. They have Velcro straps, of course, but it's still better arch support than slippers or socks. When I founded this center, I tried to emphasize comfort and humanity in addition to safety. There is always a way to find a balance of the two. I saw you completed the intake packet. I appreciate that. Your scores were not ideal, but that's why you're here. Obviously, you're struggling. And you're still not wanting to take your medication, which we'll address in a moment. But first, I noticed you have 2 different names in your paperwork. On the admittance paperwork, your parents put one name, but on the intake packet, you said your name was Ember. Why is that? You were really out of it last night when you filled out the packet? Oh, you didn't mean to put a different name. Then, what is this name? Why would it come up? It's your online alias? You're so used to typing it online that you just put it in the form on the tablet? Well, what would you like me to call you? Is Ember the name you use when you're able to be your real self online? Okay, then how about I call you Ember? I would like to speak with your real self, if that's all right with you. Okay. Ember, can you tell me about the things you post online? Why wouldn't you be able to use your real name? Oh, internet safety is very important, yes. But do you have any online accounts with your given name? You do. So why separate them? Why don't you feel like you can be yourself with your real name? You don't want your family to find out? About what? You don't have to tell me anything you don't want to. But whatever we talk about here is just between you and I. I am a mandatory reporter, yes. I'd have to report if I thought you were a danger to yourself or others. But that's up to my discretion. We have provider-patient confidentiality. I don't have to tell anyone anything if I don't think they need to know. Do you think that if people found your alternate accounts online, if they knew your true self, they would misunderstand you? You think they would judge you unfairly and react in a hurtful way? Oh, so you think that's how you ended up here in the first place? You keep speaking about this facility like it's some kind of punishment. You think that it is. So your family had been threatening to send you to a treatment center for a long time, whenever you did something they didn't like. And then they finally did it. They brought you here, and you feel trapped and punished. I can see how it would feel that way. And maybe to them, it was a punishment. But do you know why I started working here? Because I want to help people. Not just walk them off the edge and then abandon them again, but truly help. I don't want you to ever need to come back here. I want you to truly heal, no matter what it takes. I heard you had a scuffle with Janice. I did warn you. Well, she doesn't like when people shower too long. I don't know. She's on some kind of a power trip. But she keeps everyone safe, so cut her a little slack. She has to deal with a lot of nonsense in here that most people wouldn't put up with for long. We had so many people quit before Janice came here. But she gets it. She knows I'm just trying to help people. And that sometimes happens by unconventional means. Yes, of course. Ask away. You haven't seen other staff around? Well, it's not a very big facility. When you have a team that works well together, it doesn't take as many people to get the job done. You've only seen 2 other patients here during your stay. Didn't I tell you? Don't worry about what other people are doing. Focus on yourself right now. You deserve the care and attention. I said, drop it. Don't worry about it, okay? Now, you're not wanting to take your medication. Tell me why. You think it doesn't work. Fine, don't take it. I'm serious. If it doesn't work, then I guess there's no point, right? No one's going to force you to take your medication here. You sound kind of disappointed. What, is it unusual for me to trust you and listen to what you're saying? If the meds don't work, then they don't work. I don't think you're lying about that. You're safe in here, and if you decide you want to go back on meds at any time, you can. But if you want to stop, you're going to want to taper off slowly so the side effects aren't so rough on you. I'll let the pharmacy and Janice know so they can adjust your dose. Is that all right with you? Will you take a taper dose? Great, I'll send that in. All right, Ember, what I wanted to talk to you about today was extending your stay. I know, you only signed the form agreeing to 72 hours, but just hear me out. You know how your life has been going, why you ended up in here, why your family made you come here. If you decide to leave, you might get a new prescription, and I'll sign off that you're not going to do anything rash and you can walk out of here. But where will you go? Right back to where you came from. Right back into the environment that created this mess you're in now. Were you happy before? Were you doing okay? Because I don't think your very bad night, that misunderstanding, just came out of nowhere. You're in survival mode right now. Everything is on pause. You're enduring every second you're here until you can get back home. You're not in a state to learn or grow or heal. I mean, you barely slept because you don't feel safe. How could you? You went from one uncertain situation into another. If you're able to stay here a bit longer, you'll have time to ground yourself and relax a little and maybe even have some fun. And you'll be able to take a breath and think about what you really want out of life, instead of just crawling through every day in survival mode. You're here now in a place with a safe bed, food, insurance is paying for everything. There's no reason not to stay. You can't honestly tell me it's better at home than it is in here. Can you? I'm sure that your family loves you, but I met them and they're not exactly the most supportive people. Just think about what I said. There are more forms on your tablet in your room, so submit them before you go to sleep tonight. You'll have to complete them every day. Well, we need some way to track your progress. It's a formality, record keeping. Don't overthink it. There are no wrong answers. I'm more interested in what's not on the forms. I'm interested in Ember. Can you do something for me? When you leave here, I want you to go to the common room. There's a big green door with a gold handle. It seems like it's locked, but you just have to give it a good push. Go through that door. If after you do that, you still want to leave, I won't try and talk you out of it. Oh, and Ember, wear your shoes.